Into
What's up, everybody? This is the Grand Line Gazette, where we talk about One Piece damn near every damn day. We got another quick video for you. We're going to be talking about music in the One Piece world, specifically for celestial dragons. What does that mean? Um, if you're new to the show, that's Kev. I'm Corey. We talk about One Piece a lot. We got a lot of theories. We got a lot of playlists. You guys should like, comment, and subscribe and support us. Small channel trying to do better. So let us know how you guys feel about the celestial dragons, and then like consuming media from the lower world. What do they even call it? Either way, let us know your guys'
mm.
thoughts in the comments below. And as always, Kev, help get us started on the topic.
so we got this topic from the most recent chapter 1144, where we see Gunko's after meal ritual that she usually kind of partakes in. And so we see that she has a wireless headset on with the initials TD on the side. And so Corey was automatically like, "Oh, that's tone dial," which is perfect. I didn't even see that, and it was like immediate. So, for those of you who are under the age of 25, this type of mentality is like burning a CD, which is you'd get like this 50 pack of blank CD discs from your local Kmart, which back then was a store. And then you'd go home and you'd take the source material and burn it onto a blank CD. So we've seen a tone dial with fire, wind, things like that. So you play the song once and you record all these tone dials, and so this headset can only probably play this one song. But it's a very interesting song because we later find out it's the New World Order. I
Um,
forget what it's called.
well, yeah, they definitely say New World Order or something like that. I'm not sure if that's the name of the song, but let's call that the name of the song.
Well, it's Brooks' song.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is Brooks' song. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
why I
Yeah, but
wanted to.
this is verified to be Brooks' song, so it is one of Brooks' songs that he made as the Soul King during the time skip that a celestial dragon listens almost on repeat daily after she eats her meals, which is very strange. When we got introduced to Gunko, she seemed pretty malicious. She was attacking Loki while he was bound up, kind of been like, hey, how dare you talk to us? How dare you even. And this is like the prince of like the giants. Like, you're not even humans. You're like people that live forever. You know what I mean? And she's like, how dare you talk to us like that? Like, so familiar. We're celestial dragons. We're like top tier echelon. So the idea of her listening to media, music, art, anything can like made on the new world, like art made like below Mariswa. I don't know what to call it. The underworld. I'm just gonna call it the normal world for us. Um, is kind of just like kind of weird to think about. Especially like with these tone dials, like you said, like from like my understanding, like you record one thing and then it repeats one thing. Now maybe these celestial dragons have like more money and more technology, so they have more MP3 like files where they can record
Sure.
more. But I imagine it's like it's probably just Brooks' album if it isn't just this one song.
Ah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? That she's listening to. Um, but to be listening to a song created by somebody from the lower world and that talks about a new world, like overthrowing, and one of her biggest fears is Nika. You know what I mean? She said. So it's like all these things are like lining up like, Gunko, what the hell is going on with you? But moreover, to the point of like just the media and consuming the media, like how do you feel about that duality between like the celestial dragons consuming media from other like countries, but also treating them like, well, like shit, like at every
Sure.
moment?
I mean, okay. So as far as history goes, let's take for example the country of England. England has museums and art just filled to the brim, filled with other countries' beautiful art.
That's a good point.
And So that could be very similar here. Just because she likes Soul King's music does not mean she won't kill the man who created it, or the skeleton, whatever you want to say. But we have, I mean,
I already
there
got the
is,
album.
yeah. Look, we talked about it ourselves. We have old artists that we like. We don't agree with their current decision making, and they are in prison. But my ass is still gonna shake to their song. That's just how it is. But with his point, and that was something that we were debating in the pre-show was maybe in reality she does not know who the Soul King really is. We're theorizing maybe she was actually at Sabati Archipelago and she was in the concert crowd. I'm not too sure about that. So I guess my assumption is she could may not know, might not even know who is singing the song.
So she
But then
doesn't
like,
know it's somebody that it could just be
yeah,
a famous person. You don't you haven't really watched any of the previous movies because you haven't really been caught up as they've
sure,
come out, but the movies always draw analogs to what is about to happen in the arc. That's every anime movie.
gotcha.
That's even the My Hero movies. They would just be mini villains of the actual
Mm-hmm.
arc's villain. Um, in Stampede, it was this big dude, basically like Kaido, turned into this giant monster that all the fucking warlords or supernovas had to attack at once. Um, and film Red, we have this stuff with Shanks and his daughter. I forget her name, but it has a lot
Uta,
to. What was her name? Uta.
Uta.
Yeah.
There you go.
It has a lot to do with
Uma.
music.
Nope.
Uta, but it has a lot to do with music. So from the
Yeah,
whole last year, we're thinking, oh, because Shanks is going to be more prominent. Oh, because we're talking about Shanks's like family now. Like, oh, we just found out he had a family after all this time. Like, oh, all this stuff. But no, and we're not even confirming that Uta's like his daughter, quote unquote. Like, that's
sure.
still not confirmed. But the idea of the music, when they went to that island, even Marines were going to the island to listen to music. Like people were going to the island and they weren't fighting or anything like that. It was strictly because it was about music. You know what I mean? So that could just be like one of those things that Oda is trying to prep us for, because he does like help with the storylines for the movies and tell them what they
Yeah.
can and can't do. So we could have been getting prepped for this music, and to loop it to like what you always say, like uh the Straw Hat is gonna like Luffy always wanted a musician. Can you go more into that point?
Yeah. So way back when, always said that I believe it's he wants 10 or 11 crew members, not including himself, so a total of 12. And he's listed off, their positions. He wanted a sniper, he wanted a helmsman, a navigator. He also wanted a musician. And that alongside with everything, all the little pieces, we haven't seen enough for of the puzzle pieces to really get a good image of what we're looking at. But with the drums of liberation being a thing, Luffy wanting a musician, Brook being as weird as Brook is, he's not just a normal musician. He's a skeleton with the soul fruit or the revive fruit.
Which
Where
he we're he's awakened his fruit, right?
I right?
Like
Who
like like
knows?
okay, your revive fruit worked, and that should be it. But you use ice powers, you can remove your soul and stuff like that. Like no, that's awaken, bro. Like your soul can like leave and go like hella yards away, like through like walls and
Mhm.
shit like that. Like okay, bro. So it's like maybe the music does have like that soul power like touch to it, where it is
Mhm.
supposed to symbolically like connect everybody in the world, and this is like how he's like showing it again like way beforehand. But that does bring the choice, like what would she do if she met Brooke? You know what I mean?
Very good question. Because at the same at one point if she sees Brooke and she actually like meets him, whether she knows it or not, that bubble is now burst. You know that the person you're listening to every day is your enemy or on the enemy team. So if she never meets him, she can just, ignorantly just keep listening to the music without being bothered. But once she meets him, it's over with. Unless she already knows. Maybe this is, oh, I'm going to use your material until I end up killing you.
She's gotta know. She's like, we have CP9, which was like the super spy. There's
True.
CP0, which watches celestial dragons, and then she's a God's Knight, like above the celestial dragon army. Um, yeah, she's gotta know the intel. She's gotta know like, oh, also this guy is honestly, and she probably listened to that like, damn. But I don't know. How do you guys think? And what do you guys think in the comments below? Do you think Gunko would fight Brooke off rip, knowing he is the one creating that music? Do you think it matters to her at all? How do you guys feel about like the celestial dragons like purchasing
Mm.
music and stuff like that from the lower realm? We've been like pre-exposed to that kind of stuff through obviously Brooks time skip, Sabaody Archipelago, the film Red. So
So, and I got a question. If Bink sake was
I was gonna ask.
manufactured and sold today, we know New World sold 1 million records. How many records would Bink sake sell?
I was
Would it
gonna
be
ask,
higher or below 1 million?
and I was gonna ask if that New World is a whole album, right? What's your money that Bink Sake is on that album?
Ooh, like a little remix.
Yeah, like his fucking, because he has two versions. He has a slow version, and then he has like the upbeat version. You know what I
I
mean?
think his would be the upbeat version. The slow
Bro, but
version is the OG.
that's what I was about to say though. But that slow version from a Thriller Bark was like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
bro,
Yep.
that one has some soul. Yo, that was
But
some real Soul King shit. Like,
you guys may not watch this tomorrow when we drop it, but you guys will come back in a year or so when all of this is dropping, and you'll be like, "Wow, they were on top of it," because music will be a big thing here, I think.
yeah, I do
But
too. And let us know your guys' thoughts below, and we will catch y'all next time.
peace.